So how many rounds is this one, Steve?
Boxing, so this will be 3 2-minute rounds. I believe this is a debut fight for Ben Dymond. I don't know much about his opponent, George Davis.
Judging by his gloves and his boots, he's had a few fights, Steve.
Fighting out Craig Winter's gym. Craig Winter, very experienced boxer, fought Joe Calzaghe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But Ben looks very focused.
Looking forward to this one.
He looks the good kind of nervous.
Absolutely, yeah.
Good footwork here by George, light on his toes. Very tall, George Davis. I know when I was speaking to him in the locker room, he's a very tall fighter. Good head movement here by Ben. Oh, brilliant head movement there, sliding all the punches here.
Very good.
Oh, good shot there by George, though. Timing the movement.
Yeah, that's the trouble. Sometimes it's better to duck back the other way halfway around.
Well, he needs, when he's coming out of his roll, he needs to be landing shots after it. You can't just be using as a defensive move. You need to use it to land some offense as well.
So I'll have a hook after that.
Nice body shot and a movement as well by Ben there. It'll be interesting to see if this goes 3 rounds, if he can keep that movement up for 3 rounds. He does look in good shape, but that takes it out of you, that movement.
I'd like to see him do a bit more off that jab, Steve.
Yeah. With tall fighters like that, it's good to see body shots if Ben could start working towards the body. Tall fighter, obviously their hands are a lot higher, so you are at a more natural level to go straight to the body, so it'll be interesting to see Ben work that a bit more and see how that works.
Good pressure from
Ben.
Ben.
Good shot there. George is doing a good job of when he does get hit, he does take a few shots, but then he's landing a counter of his own afterwards. He's not just taking the shots. And I think, like you said, he does seem to have had a few fights behind him. So just not quite on mark with a lot of the shots. End of the first round there. Good first round, that.
Yeah, very good.
Hard to score. I'd possibly have scored that for Ben purely on aggression.
Yeah,
maybe.
I've got that down 10-9 to Ben. Certainly got the first half of the round under his belt, and I think he was very even over the second half.
Very good fight, very competitive fight. George just needs to land a few more. He's good he's good footwork, good, but he's just missing a lot of his shots. But again, that comes down to the good movement of Ben Dymond.
Surprisingly good movement for his first fight. He's very quick on his feet. Switching out quite a bit. Just looking forward to the second round. Quite good composure for his first round.
Well, he's in very good shape, Ben. So, I mean, that helps when you're first fight. If you're in good shape, it does take a lot of the pressure off. If you're already in good shape, then you know that's one thing you don't have to worry about.
Absolutely, yeah.
I wish someone had told me that before my first fight.
Yeah, you could have told me that as well, Steve. I think George is going to want to put the pressure on.
Oh, good shot there by George. Starting to get a bit wild now, so.
Yeah, I think George knew he lost the first round there, so he's stepping up a bit this.
He just needs to not necessarily be more composed, but he just needs to judge his shots a bit better. He's missing a lot of shots, like that, for example.
Ben's got a very smooth style, Steve.
He has. I'd like to see maybe George throw a few more feints instead of just coming straight forward with shots. Maybe throw some feints, get Ben to move, and when he moves, then throw the actual shot that you want to throw. Work the body as well. Now, if you've got a guy who is moving a lot, if you start working his body, that's obviously going to make it harder for him to move. If his body hurts, he's not going to want to bend down as much.
With Ben a southpaw, like to do that right straight. So the best tool for a southpaw.
He's got a very smooth style, George. Even though he's missing his shots, he has got a very smooth. Oh, good body shot there by Ben.
Yeah, he's very relaxed.
I think he's starting to frustrate George. George shook his head then when he got hit that time. It is starting to...
Yeah, shaking your head normally means it does hurt, Steve.
Good shot there by Ben.
Yeah, the left hook got through there.
Yeah, Ben throwing good combinations, not just sticking to one punch. He's throwing, when he throws to land, he is throwing 2 or 3 punches. So again, going back to an earlier fight, we said it is good for that, just for scoring points. Even if you are looking for the knockout, it's good to score the points, and it's a very mature debut fight for his Ben.
Absolutely, yeah. Very, very impressed with his footwork so far, Steve.
Nice body shot there off the roll.
Yeah, I'd like to see him follow that to a left hook as well, Steve, to the head. Double it up.
Yeah. Go body head, body head.
Yeah.
Very good second round again for Ben Dymond.
Close one to score.
George. Georgie. Think of all the time you put in. You used to train at the gym.
Quite a long 60 seconds here, Steve.
Yeah, I'm not sure the timing's been the best this evening, to be fair.
Got to get people their money's worth, though.
Absolutely, yeah. Looking forward to this round.
So round 3, final round. We've got George 2 rounds down. So he doesn't seem like the kind of fighter that's going to come out headhunting for a finish. It'll be interesting to see what he does to...
Put a bit of meat behind that right. Missed,
be interesting to see what Craig Winter told him in the corner. Craig, like we said, is a very experienced boxer. He's going to know. He's been in this position himself, yeah, I imagine so. But
swinging for the fences at the moment, Steve. But Ben's just keeping him out of trouble.
Well, Ben's more accurate as well. When they are swinging like this, Ben's actually landing. George is still missing. So
the head movement, very good from Ben.
Oh, almost a good counter there by George, but Ben just slightly out the way. His gloves are up high. Be good to see if Ben can keep him in this position. Ben's strong, so if Ben can keep him pinned against fence and just unload a few punches, maybe an uppercut at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like to see a left hook from Ben to the head. George's right hand's down quite low, Steve.
Yes, he seems to be tiring a little bit. He's not out of it, but he does seem to be slowing a little bit. He's not as fresh on his feet. He is starting to take a bit more shots this round. Whereas, oh, good shots there by Ben. Oh, that one landed flush.
And again. Knocked his gum shield out near there, Steve.
He's definitely tiring. He pulled that punch. Oh, good uppercut up the middle there by Ben.
Yeah, I'd like him to punch with a bit more authority now.
Craig Winter's keeping an eye on his fighter here. He's starting to eat a lot of shots here. But again, even though he's eating more shots, he's still coming forward, still throwing his shots. He's got no quitting in this, George Davis, although he's say that and he backs up against in the corner there. Yeah. I feel if Ben does get him into a position where he can just unload some shots, the referee might step in for this. So.
Ref's not had a lot to do tonight, Steve. All clean fights so far. I think if Ben puts the pressure on now.
Good night's work there for Ben Dymond on his debut. I feel that.
Ladies and gentlemen, give some applause for the 3 fighters there, both putting their hearts into that fight.
Yeah, definitely.
Ladies
think
and
Ben's
gentlemen,
got
the
that one.
judges have given their scores. The winner in the blue corner, Ben Dymond! Ladies and gentlemen, George is on 16 and that was Ben's first fight. Let's give him some cheers!